kids do not always listen what we say. But I promise you, they copy everything you do. You and anybody in your household. Because to them, you are a leader. Now, what do you say, Julie? Is that true?
My question today.
Did you say hi?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
My question today is: do you think our mindset as parents shapes our kids more than anything else?
Do you think our parents? What?
Our mindset as parents shapes our. Can you wait, Alvin? Can
That
you
is actually right there. Right there. That is actually phenomenal. That's it. He does not want to wait. He comes out and he needs stuff immediately. You know? But the key is your mindset, my mindset, and our previous video. I encourage you to watch the previous video because that's what led to this video. And this one will lead to the next one. If you stay to the end, you get some answers to how to fix this within yourself or to try to fix it within yourself. The kids option is interesting one because people say, I have never ever had a desire to have a business or an organization or anything in that matter. I just want to go to work. I am going to challenge you on this. And I like that. You know who says that? Chatty Spaghetti, if it's more specific. Different topic. I'm going to invite him and we'll talk about it. I am going to challenge you on this. You are creating your own organization in your own home where you are the CEO, where you are the CFO. And if you lead, you have followers that will follow you. Not to say you want to call your kids a follower. Most people will say, why you do that? Why you call this? Skip that. You lead. Even when you live by yourself, you still live in a society. When you go to do something, you have to change yourself to change what you see. This is how I started shifting. I mentioned in the previous video, I started shifting, drastically shifting. And the person that was in 2012, be specific, March 8th, and the person who's here, and we are a few years out, is two different people. Why? I asked myself a question. After my wife came to me and said, oh, I am pregnant. That was the best day, by the way. It was the best day of two spectrums. You know, if you know the story, I can tell you what was the other spectrum. You'll be amazed. And this is how I picked the best spectrum, not the worst spectrum. Because on that day, I found out two things. First thing, my wife came down and said, I'm pregnant. 15 minutes down the line, I got a phone call from Ukraine. My grandfather passed away. How do you like that? You had to pick. You know what? I was really, really happy because a new person would enter this world. And I was really, really happy as well for my grandfather. But that's a different topic. We can elaborate on that. At the end of the day, that was my shifting point. My question came to me, Taras, are you really going to be able to be engaged and stay active? Are you really going to, the way you live right now, you can walk 10,000 steps, you do all the different stuff that you shouldn't be doing, and you name it, it's out there, it's all legal, cigarettes, alcohol, and whatever it is, whatever else. That day, I realized that version of Taras is not going to be able to serve me any longer. And the reason, because I wanted my kids to be going to where? Sports, right? I wanted to stay active with them. I have to show my kids that active is new reality. which I never, I tried sports, this and that, a little bit of soccer, a little bit of volleyball, this and that. But that was me that changed, not the other party. You see, AI just shut down. She went somewhere. I'm here with you. I want you to hear that once the moment comes and you realize, and those shifting moments come to us all the time, it's just how do we want to take them? Do we want to take them at all? When you start shifting, when you make that decision, which I made on March 8th, 2012, thank you. That's it. And then it's a continuous work in progress. Continuous work in progress. And then you have followers such as your kids. Then your kids become your partners. Then they teach you. Now they tell me what to do. That's how this beautiful life is. And that replicates towards business, that replicates towards friendship, that replicates towards yourself, that replicates towards parenthood, anything you put it on. That's what it's all about. This is where this starts. Within. Brew your best self. Look within. What's not serving you? It might be the hardest thing to change, but it is doable. I did it. You want to know in person? Book a free call with me, and I'll tell you in person what did I do and how I did it and how I'm doing it today. I told you before, it's doable. Have a phenomenally amazing day. My AI, Miss Julia, she just jumped out. But I'm telling you, next video, I will give you an answer. What and how this takes place once you start taking a shift. Thank you so much.